The calm streets of the old era had turned into a cacophony of noise. Machines were working everywhere, and robots were diligently carrying out their tasks. People were trying to adapt to the changes brought by this new era, which promised the destruction of everything belonging to the old age. With the advancement of technology and artificial intelligence, most professions had lost their significance. Jobs that once required intensive labor were now under the control of precise robot arms. Human labor had given way to the power of machines that worked faster, more efficiently, and without errors. The story was narrated through the eyes of Emma, one of the last representatives of the old era. Emma, who had been a doctor for years, distributing healing to people, now lived in a world where her patients were examined by an artificial intelligence-based medical consultant. Hospitals were filled with graceful robots and data-based treatments instead of cold metals and biting chemicals. One day, Emma visited her library, a nostalgic relic of the old era. As she wandered among the books, she longed for the warmth and human touch of that bygone world. However, now artificial intelligence floating in the sea of information provided instant access to all kinds of knowledge. Communication among people had also changed. Social media platforms were more prevalent than face-to-face conversations and interactions. Everyone seemed to have recreated themselves in the virtual world, leaving the real world seemingly isolated. Emma was determined to preserve the values of the old era. However, the current of the new era made her feel like a stranger. One day, she decided to meet an old friend, Robert. But at the meeting point, a robot awaited her. Robert had transformed into a being living inside an humanoid robot, now working as an engineer. The story portrayed Emma's internal struggle to find her place in this new world, and her desire to preserve the traces of the old era. In the rapidly changing era of technology, humanity was discovering the difficulty of preserving memories of the past and continuing the human touch. When Emma talked to her old friend Robert, communication with his artificial intelligence was challenging. A robotic tone and a dull expression had replaced the once lively and emotional human Robert. Emma missed the intimate conversations of the old days. One day, as Emma was flipping through an old photo album, memories of the past came alive. That moment gave her an idea. Why not combine the effort to preserve the past with technology? Emma decided to create a virtual reality experience using old photos and memories. This experience would provide a digital world where people could feel the warmth, texture, and intimacy of the past. Emma collaborated with a young artist and software developer team to realize this project. The result was an interactive virtual reality world where people could experience the atmosphere of the old era. A world filled with the scent of old books, views of old streets, sounds of classical music, and even a simulation of warm and intimate relationships between people. Through this project, Emma not only allowed people to alleviate their longing for the past, but also enabled them to benefit from the possibilities offered by technology. The project gained significant attention. As people got lost in Emma's digital world of the past, they also explored the internal conflicts of not wanting to give up the conveniences brought by the new era. Emma, by creating a bridge, became a symbol of humanity's effort to adapt to technology while preserving the values and texture of the past. The demand for the project led Emma and her team to create virtual reality experiences for different periods. These experiences brought to life the architecture, fashion, street atmosphere, and even the music of those times, providing people with a sense of time travel. However, Emma's project faced criticism. Some believed that these virtual reality experiences idealized the past and distorted reality. Emma defended her project, stating that its main purpose was to strengthen the connections with the past and provide people with an emotional experience. Emma's digital past world evolved over time with new technological developments. Now, people could not only observe the past, but also interact with individuals from those periods. Conversing with the heroes of the past in the virtual reality world provided people with unforgettable experiences. The demand for the project turned Emma's initiative into a cultural phenomenon. Following the traces of the past reflected the desire of people to reconnect with their roots and delve deeper into what once happened. Emma showed that technology could enhance the emotional richness of humanity and open the doors to a new era in this field. The story told the tale of Emma's effort to bring the past to life, through her virtual reality world and the societal reactions to this effort. Emma discovered the potential of technology to bring people together and, by utilizing this potential, merge the past with the future. The virtual reality world created by Emma continued to evolve. As the demand for the project grew, Emma's team consistently produced new content, allowing users to explore different eras. Users could not only wander through old streets, but also interact with historical figures. Emma wanted the project not only to revive the past, but also to become an educational tool. The virtual reality world began to be used by schools to support history lessons and cultural programs. Students had the opportunity to experience historical events more closely, providing them with an in-depth learning experience. Emma's project also began to be used in various cultural events and auctions. Art enthusiasts could visit the studios of famous painters, and music enthusiasts could experience legendary concerts from the past through the virtual reality world. However, Emma's initiative faced challenges posed by the integration of virtual reality into the real world. The increasing integration made it difficult for some users to distinguish between reality and virtual reality. Emma worked to address these issues and make the project more sustainable. She took various measures to balance the use of the virtual reality world, preserve the beauties of the real world, and ensure that technology was used to unite people. The story narrates the evolution of Emma's virtual reality world and the role of this technology in people's lives. Emma, by not only reviving the past, but also using technology to bring people together and educate them, continued her efforts to preserve and carry forward humanity's cultural heritage. Emma, through her virtual reality world, succeeded in strengthening people's connections with the past and building a bridge to the future. Her efforts to make the project more sustainable and balanced allowed people to use this new technology consciously. The virtual reality world became an educational tool supporting history lessons and cultural programs, and it added a new dimension to cultural events and auctions. Emma's leadership and creativity elevated her project beyond a nostalgic experience to become a tool for learning and connecting. Ultimately, as people continue to meet the past in the virtual reality world, they also continue to come together in the real world. Under Emma's leadership, technology was used to give people deeper meaning and strengthen human connections. The bridge built between the past and the future became an example of humanity's efforts to preserve and carry forward its cultural heritage. Emma's virtual reality world helped people understand their histories and roots more deeply, establish connections with each other, and build a more consciously constructed future. Technology, when used as a tool to bring people together,